Thank you for joining me here back again on the 1 Acre Homestead. My name is John and this is Planting Greens. And I wanted to talk to you today about something that has recently just happened to me. Since I've owned this 1 acre of land, I've come to have some of my words change in their definition. Mostly with the word weeds. A lot of people, you hear about weeds taking over their property or in their garden beds and stuff like that. And you know, I've had my fair share of weeds, but I've never had a large piece of land to really see how an environment can expand and change. I've been here long enough that I've been able to see the seasons move through, and I've noticed a particular weed that we didn't have down in Florida that we do here in Georgia. And because of this specific weed, it's actually changed my whole definition of the word. And I kind of look at all the plants in my yard a bit differently. And so I wanted to tell you about it and hopefully change your mind on the plants that are naturally growing in your yard. So let me show you what I'm talking about.
And this is it, the Rubius trivialis, or as I know it, the southern dewberry. This is a plant that a lot of people, from my understanding down here in Georgia, consider just a mild weed. Something that's kind of a bother, but it can be mowed over pretty easily, and not a lot of people give it another thought. But being here, with my property being just an empty lot, I was able to see a lot change over the seasons, and I was able to see some of these plants emerge. And little did I know that a few months later, these same plants would actually fruit these tiny little berries that are actually pretty delicious. And then I started looking a little deeper. For being just a weed, it kind of provides a lot. It turns out these plants are almost a keystone type plant for local environments and ecosystems. So this plant can support a lot of animals, not only birds, but small insects for pollination and small mammals as well. And us, obviously, because we love the berries. So for being just a weed, again, it seems like it does a lot for us. Not only that, but the flowers, they're dainty and beautiful, and the plants themselves have a red vibrancy to them that kind of bring color to your yard. Now, I'm not saying let these run everywhere, but if you have a corner of your yard where you see some pop up, maybe let them sprawl out a bit, and then you'll get some free fruit just for observing the beauty. And as it goes into fruit, the first thing you'll see obviously are those flowers, those 5-petaled white delicate flowers. And then not soon after, you'll see these little green fruit pop out of the top of those middle of those flowers. And as those plants develop and continue to grow, those little green berries there will continue to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And as they do that, you'll start to notice one thing for sure. A lot of birds in your yard. Because the birds will start to take notice, and they'll definitely want to get some as soon as the berries are ready. So this is a little bit forward in time. As those berries start to develop and grow and get a little bit bigger, they start to really look like something that you could eat instead of just a weird little grass berry. And they're small still, so you can see they're not even as big as my fingertip. But as time goes on, they're going to continue to grow and things will get better. So, if we go a little bit further in time, this is what it's going to look like. A little bit further in time, the berries are going to start to turn red. They'll start to swell a lot more in this stage. And then they'll start to push further into a dark black or dark purple. Once the berries are fully ripe, they're ready for you and the wildlife. But you gotta grab them quick, because they might grab them first.
And you didn't think that I was going to end this video without eating one, did you? Let me show you what it looks like. Let's see if I can get a better shot here. There we go. Very black. And if you're wondering about the flavor, a little bit sour, very sweet, a little bit tastes like a blackberry and a grape maybe. So a little bit of bitterness too, but not in a bad way. Really delicious. Yeah, so like I said, keep an eye out. You might be missing out.